everybody, welcome back to Pretty Wizard. It's me, Kane, your DM, your double meningitis. I had double meningitis growing up as a kid. That's why I sound so dumb. Just a little heads up for the next couple of episodes. I don't know if you heard last episode. I hope you heard last episode. If you haven't, go listen to last episode, because shit got bonkers. So for the next couple episodes, format-wise, it's going to be a little different. It's going to be a little one-on-one with the boys. So we're no longer in a studio, so audio is probably going to sound a little different, probably better. And it's just going to be me and them in the room together by ourselves, doing boy things, story boy things, one-on-one boys things. We're going to do one-on-one boy things, story boy things. And there's not going to be a guest, no guest for the next couple episodes, which, sorry? So that's pretty much it. I'll see you in there. So, yeah, wait 5 minutes after I leave and come on down. Okay, bye.
This is Oshot, and you're listening to Pretty Wizard. Pretty Wizard. Peace drop.
We open on the blue marble that we once were familiar with. Earth. We're back home. Specifically in a clearing in a forest. It's very quiet. There's only a few birds chirping by and the occasional patter of what could only be described as deer hoofs walking through the distant grass. Then we hear a very loud, thunderous boom. And it gets louder and louder as it gets closer. And then we notice it's a glass-egged ship landing in this clearing. Its thrusters stop and it lands. A couple minutes go by. Then a ramp detracts and a door opens. Off steps Leaf, wearing what he wore when he first left, but now garnished with a creepy sword and a pin. As he gets off and steps foot on the grass, just a general wave of euphoria overcomes him because he's now back to something familiar. Nature. A couple minutes of silence goes by, and then from within the trees, heads start to peer around trees. People that are not too dissimilar from Leaf start looking at Leaf from a distance. First it's about 3, and then 6, and then 6 becomes 12, and then 12 becomes 24, and then soon 24 becomes 138.
Wow.
138 people walk out of these woods as a collective group. They get about 30 feet away from Leaf before they all collectively and monotonely, might I add, just say, Leaf!
Wow. Are they like in a circle around me or?
It's like a semicircle, yeah.
Semicircle? Okay. I think I just look like, from one end to the other, just kind of take in all their faces. I think I just smile and kind of walk towards them.
Oh, they scream because they've never seen Leaf smile. From the front line of adults, looks about like 6 kids break through and then surround you, kind of pulling down on you, calling you Leaf. Leaf, Leaf, Leaf! One particularly has a adorable lisp, and they all start asking you questions. Like one's like, "Where have you been? Why are you really old? Are you a chicken now? You came out. Are you a chicken? Are you a chicken now?"
I think I just I smile, kind of like I was gonna say patting them on the back,
turntabling their heads.
Yeah. I grab my headphones. I'm a DJ now.
Toddler head.
Yeah.
My new band, Toddler Head. Oh god.
Oh no. That can be taken a few ways. Anyway.
It's awful.
That's abysmal. Anyway. But yeah, no, I think I'm just like, I mean, if you have any younger kids in your family and they all attack you, you just kind of like pat them on the back
Elbows,
almost. Yeah, just like knee them a few times.
Fucking knocking them out.
Yeah.
Hate kids.
Fuck off, me.
Oh, it'd be hilarious. Just see a Leaf baby punching.
Yeah, just
Oh man.
shillelagh some kids. That's fine.
So a couple of them.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So they could be with me forever.
No, so you're greeting. so you're greeting your fellow kids, or fellow tribe kids. And then after about a couple minutes of them interrogating you with their children questions, a few adults walk up to you. One is Largen.
Is he large?
No, his name is just Largen.
All right. Yeah. Do I recognize him? Like
Largen. He grew up with you. Well, I guess you were kind of like an older brother to him in a sense, because you're probably one of the older people here, especially now.
yeah, probably the oldest.
He simply greets you with,
Oh, Leaf. Welcome back. Where the fuck have you been? And what is up with this large chicken egg you have? Does it cook itself?
Largen. Wow. It is it's a very long story.
I can tell it looks like you've aged quite a lot. It's not been that long, has it?
I don't know. No, it hasn't. No.
Huh.
You're
You
looking
do.
good.
Thank you. I've aged normally.
Yeah.
Unlike you.
Yeah.
You seem to not have aged normally.
No.
You seem real old.
Yeah.
You look like a shitty sack of potatoes. Speaking of shitty sack of potatoes, I would like to meet you. I would like you to meet my first daughter, Potato.
He gestures in a fairly attractive young wood elf. She looks like her eyes are just a little too far apart. And one of them tends to track off to the right.
But other than that,
She's a solid.
just
Leaf, since you've been gone, my young potato here has flourished into a lovely potato plant. I believe you did promise that you would marry my first daughter?
what?
Checkmate.
I've been beaten. I didn't know we were enemies, Kane.
Hey, continue.
I did know we were enemies. Wow.
But it appears that you have aged too much to be a viable husband.
Yes.
You cannot breed children
That.
and such an old sack of shit as yourself.
Well, you might be surprised, but that's yeah. I agree.
So tell me, Brother Leaf.
Yes.
Calling you Brother Leaf now. So tell me, Brother Leaf. Why are you so old?
Well, when I left, I found something
Yes?
that, well, it caused me to leave. And recently, I've been getting older. A lot.
I'm confused. What do you mean you found something that would make you older? Did you find time?
I think I lost time.
Like a time wizard stole it from you.
No, Greg.
Who is Greg?
An old, a friend. I was gonna say an old friend, but you're more of the old friend. He's a
Yes,
newer.
we've been friends since almost childbirth. Well, mine anyway.
Yes.
You were born before I was.
Yeah, I was there. I remember. Yes.
Thank you. So what did you find, Brother Leaf?
I take off my necklace, and I just kind of show it, hold it out. I found this.
A necklace? What are you talking about?
He reaches out and grabs it and just kind of stares at it for a good 2 minutes.
Huh.
Do you feel any older?
No. Where did you find this? Don't tell me you took this off a wooden carved pedestal.
Maybe.
Brother Leaf, I believe you are currently holding the druidic necklace of Ass Dog.
Did he say...
There's two things I could have said. One's hilarious and one's kind of okay. Now, which one can be canon for this podcast?
No. I can't... Did he say... I can't say it. Did you say ass dog?
No, you foolish boy. I said Ash Dog.
Ash dog.
Yes, Ash Dog.
What?
I can see where you got confused. Ash does sound like ass. Think about it, though. Ass Dog. What a great name for my third child.
Third?
Yes. Potato was my second.
Oh,
Jim Bean was my third. Sorry, first.
right. It's
Anyway, back to this Ash Dog.
Now I'm going to get myself saying it.
Leaf, did you not listen to the elders when they spoke at the campfires when we were growing up?
Oh, you know that I didn't.
Man, you're a real shitty tribe, man. Ashdog was the last great druid.
And what happened?
Oh my god, you're real shit at this, huh?
What?
You just don't pay attention, do you?
Very rarely.
Fine. Ashdog was the last great druid. He said he's the reason our tribe is together to this day. He said he's the reason we lasted through the White Winter. His great powers that came from this necklace saved our people. But at the price of his life. It appears that you yourself have that same power. But I guess you could call it a curse now, seeing our tribe's totally fine.
Well,
Oh, my nose.
yeah. Can we, we're still surrounded by 137 other people.
I think it's fair to say at this point, when you start look around for these people, about half of them are currently inside the egg. And one of those kids, specifically the one with the lisp, is like, I don't see no goddamn chickens in here. Hey, Uncle Leaf, where's the chickens? Hey, what's this? And you hear what? I can put my hands in here. You hear him put his hand in what you can only assume is the training pedestal.
Oh no.
You hear the door close, and he's just like, hello?
I run into the ship. I don't know how to escort 75 people out of here, but yeah, no, I run back to the ship. I say, can you guys this is
Hey, Mr. Leaf, what's this doing? And this teenage child holds up what looks like to see the arm off of a med bay. What does this do?
Wait, when you say an arm, what do you mean?
You know that med bay has an arm that scans you.
Oh,
They
okay.
ripped that off, apparently.
Oh, I didn't really use that anyway. Don't
And then you start to hear a countdown. 10,
No, wait.
9,
Computer?
8. Yes.
Cancel.
Canceling. Then you hear the countdown again. 10. 9.
Computer.
Yes, Captain.
Cancel. And I run upstairs.
You run upstairs and you see another one of those wooden elf children are on the captain's seat, just throttling joysticks back and forth,
Hey!
and smashing buttons.
Hey.
Oh, now the chicken boy here.
The what?
The chicken boy.
I stop it.
I can't just. And they all scatter. And fucking one you can see is at the arcane model seat, and he just opens up the drawer of crystals, and he's like,
No. Hey. Definitely do not. No.
Mr. Leaf's got rock candy. And he
No way.
he's about to stuff it in his mouth and start sucking.
How old
What do
is
you
this
want to
kid? How
do?
old is this kid?
He's about 9.
I tackle him.
All right, you got to roll to hit.
9-year-old can take a tackle, right?
He probably won't break a neck. His little soft head.
It's probably fine.
Hey,
Wow, look at that.
15. 15 plus dex, I guess?
Yeah, 15 plus dex, that's a 19.
19. Yeah, you fucking just straight up stiff arm this child while smacking the crystal out of his hand.
Yeah.
I guess, what's it called? You know wrestling, right?
No, that's Ryan and
fuck.
Jonathan.
God, if they only hear, it's when you spear someone effectively with your entire body and knock you knock the wind out of this child and potentially his soul too.
I think that's just called a spear.
It's called a spear. You spear this kid
Yeah.
with your full body. You knock the crystal out, and he's just like.
I grab the crystal, put it in the drawer, close the drawer, and I help the kid up. Hey, I'm sorry, but you shouldn't touch other people's things.
He walks away crying.
Computer, can you
Yes, Captain.
get these people out?
Roger that. Deploying tetrotoxin.
Wait, what? What does that do? Wait,
Shall render everyone in here unconscious.
is it painful?
Very.
No, no, cancel.
Canceling.
Is there like a different? Can you like flood it or something? Or like
Love the ship. How about this one, Captain? And you hear a chime give her, doo-doo-doo-doo. If you would like to live, leave the ship now. Otherwise, you will die. Doo-doo-doo-doo. This is not a drill. Doo-doo-doo-doo. This is not a drill. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, that's
10,
probably fine.
9. And they all fucking scatter and like expel from this spaceship.
Yeah, I start walking down to the ramp.
As you're getting down to the ramp to like the bottom floor and you're still walking, it's the countdown's still going.
Yeah, what's
You notice the training room door is still closed.
Hey, cancel, make it a drill. Just cancel the.
Roger that, Captain.
And shut the ramp.
Ramp shuts.
I open the training room.
You open the training room door, and this kid comes flying out with a fireball in his hand. But as soon as he leaves the premise of that room, the fireball kind of pixelates out of his hand, and now he's like, "Oh man, make Uncle Leaf, you fucking should have seen that shit. I was fighting a goddamn a green dude with fucking fireballs and shit. Man, this is a really cool chicken house.
Yeah.
You got any sugar?"
I think Leaf just has a complete PTSD episode.
Snap its neck.
No. Yeah, just come on. And I like usher him.
Skirt him out.
Yeah.
All right, so you get out of the ship, and I'm assuming you're closing it up at this point.
Yeah.
Because fuck that noise.
Brother Leaf, I've noticed that's not the only thing you have. What's that sword on your back?
It's a wooden sword.
No, Brother Leaf. Again, if you were listening at the goddamn campfires when the elders speak to us, you would know that's not a wooden sword.
Okay, it's a soulwood sword.
Okay, the 2 words you just said before sword. What were those 2 words?
Or did you mean?
No, okay, Brother Leaf, look at me right in the eyes. You know what you said. What'd you say?
Yeah, it's a soulwood
Holy shit.
sword.
Yeah,
What?
soulwood. Okay, I'm just gonna assume you don't know what soulwood is either. You're shit what else?
I think I have a pretty good idea.
Yeah, do you?
Yeah.
You realize it traps souls when it's killed, and it's mainly used in rituals for the dead to help usher them to the other side? Why'd you make a sword out of it?
I didn't. It was given to me.
What a shitty gift.
Well, I guess I did make it, but not on purpose.
Okay. Well, you haven't killed anyone with it, right? Brother Leaf, I'm noticing that you're pausing currently.
Why? Why do you ask?
Okay. Again.
Oh, I got
I haven't done this voice in a while. My throat hurts.
Yeah, my nose hurts. And my mouth and my whole body, and it's so sweaty.
Brother Leaf, again, that's a soulwood sword, and soulwood is used to connect this land and the next as some sort of harbinger? Harbinger? No, what's the word? As some sort of ferry to the other side.
Right?
But I'm noticing you made a deadly weapon out of it.
Well, again, not intentionally.
Okay. Do
It
you
was
remember
just
this?
a plan. When
Do you remember the story of Seed in the Pond?
are you talking about, Grandpa? Or,
Yes. Oh, so you're familiar with Grandpa, but not literally anything else about people.
I mean, he was my Yeah.
Okay, so you know what happened to him,
Well,
right?
no, what was the other part?
Oh my god. Seed in the pod?
Pod.
Pod. Pod was his what? His pet tree. And his pet tree was a soulwood tree. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No.
No, okay. Alright, here we go. Seed had his pet soulwood tree with him at all times. Even when he died. And when he died, instead of dying like you probably should at his age, the soulwood tree became one with him and immortalized him on top of Mount Dumb Pit.
Mount.
Dumb Pit.
Right. It's not ringing a bell.
Okay, you're really shit at this, huh?
Look,
Brother Leaf, how are you supposed to become an elder if you don't listen to the stories?
I just assumed the oldest person.
And you were gonna marry my daughter.
Potato's like on the distance is, hello.
Just wave.
Just waves blank. She's staring at you, but also another thing at the same time.
Something very far on the right.
Very far on the right.
Okay, well, I'm assuming that you've killed someone with this sword, yes? And in the story, when Seed killed a man with his tree,
Seed killed a man with his tree.
yes, he pushed the man on the tree, impaling him on it.
He did not tell me that as a young man.
I think he did. He told everyone. We were all around it when it happened. And the elders were like, this is what happened. And you know what? I distinctly remember you just kind of like staring at a pile of shit and just being like, what if a beetle ate that? Speaking of beetles, I had some insects before you left, and the same time you left, they also disappeared.
Yeah, I borrowed those.
Is Jeffrey okay?
Yes.
Your hesitation is a little concerning. It's fine. Anyway, back to the main story. When he killed that man with his tree, that man was stuck with Seed for as long as he was alive.
I casually glanced to my left where presumably
Jalarpy standing? You're goddamn right. And he also gives you a little wave.
I let out a deep sigh.
Okay, yep, alright. Well, I can only assume that you're dying because of your druidic powers, and that you now have a cursed soulwood sword with you. You're in just what we call a fucking mess.
Yeah, that's why I came back home.
Yeah, okay, that's a good call.
Yep.
So I'm assuming you know what to do now?
I've got a pretty good idea.
Yeah, alright, I want you to tell me what you're gonna do.
Well, why don't you tell me your,
Okay, I see you're doing this thing, Brother Leaf.
what?
One of the kids comes up and tries to grab your soulwood sword.
I, swat their hand. Very, Catholic school nun.
You swap their hand away, and then you see another one. They were in cahoots. Comes up and takes your quarterstaff, and they fucking dip into the woods.
These fuckers, man.
Okay, mission 1, you probably want to get that back from those little fuckers.
No, it's fine.
Okay, mission 2, I think it's time you go see Seed.
Oof.
Yeah,
What do you-
woof.
What do you mean?
Okay. He's immortalized in the soulwood tree in Dumb Pit.
I can't talk to a tree.
Yeah, I guess you can't, but you are carrying a sword made out of him. Well, something of him.
Wait, this is... What?
Well, it's not made out of him, probably, but, it's made out of soulwood. And I'm assuming they're on the same wavelength of talking.
That's quite the assumption.
You're right, it's quite the assumption. I mean, if you didn't listen to the elders at the campfire, it's quite an assumption. But if you did listen to them like I did, then you know that shit's hardcore facts.
I mean, there were other things to pay attention to.
Like what? Name one thing. Name one thing to pay attention to while people telling us your information.
The animals.
Yeah, okay. Is this about deer? Are you gonna make this about deer? I'm sorry, alright? I didn't mean to hit him with a crossbow. That's in the past.
Can I have my necklace back?
Oh shit, yeah.
He gives you the necklace back.
So that's the first thing you gotta do is deal with that sword that's probably sucking your life force away.
The sword?
I don't know.
Well, what? Here, what? Here, take it. Here, I take it out and I hand it to him.
Thank you. He grabs it. Yeah, no, that's just a wooden sword.
I walk like 10 feet backwards.
He's like, holy shit. It's now in your hand. Okay, yeah, you probably want to get rid of that.
How?
Talk to Seed. After that, I think you gotta go find Ash Dog.
Who was that again?
Oh my god. He's the guy that you stole this necklace from.
Well, he's dead.
Not exactly.
Is he a tree too? Is that
No, that would be dumb. He's a wolf.
a wolf?
Yes. Go to Dump Pit. Or go to Ash Dog. Your choice. You just gotta find Ash Dog the wolf. Ash Dog the wolf.
How? Never mind.
You're gonna ask me how?
No,
Okay.
I'll figure it out.
You're god fucking damn right you will. And when you get back and you cure yourself of this dumb disease you have, you marry Potato.
That's another thing. I can't stay.
What?
No, I have to go back.
Back to where?
I gesture to the egg.
You gotta go back to Chicken Land?
Yeah, I gotta back to Chicken Land.
Hey,
He puts his arm on your shoulder.
no matter what happens, we're still family.
We open on a red hand holding a joystick. It seems to be flying a ship. As we pull out, we can see it's Abzael sitting in a chair inside a single-person spaceship. The ship's shaped similarly like a D4. Well, at least the front is, and the back thrusters that are suspended behind it by some tethers are rotating circular around it. We see him entering an atmosphere of a planet that's mostly orange with blotches of dark red. He breaks the atmosphere and then lands his ship on what seems to be a transportation platform, where many other ships are docked and ready to get off. Abzael steps off, covered in his robes, hiding his face and his horns. He pulls from his pocket a 1-inch cube. He presses the sides and up pops a map of the current town he's in. The map leads him through a market. The market starts off with some shirts and merch of the planet. A purple man with 4 tentacles on his forehead hold up a t-shirt that says, "I went to Quiznos and all I got was this dumb shirt." Holding a mug that says, "I heart Quiznos." He passes another stall. A blue, tall, lanky man with 4 legs and one hand holds up a spool of wires. Passes another food and drink establishment, and towards the beginning of an intersection, there's a man selling small drones. He turns the corner, and it gets dark. Oddly enough, it gets very dark. The sun seems to be blocked out in this street. He walks a couple feet, and in the first kiosk he passes is a man selling guns. And past that, a long-haired crab seems to be holding fake identification passes. He goes further and further into this deep, dark market road, and eventually he gets to a multi-eyed creature with 1 foot wobbling near him, holding up a bag of pills, saying, "You want to get high, kid?" Abzael shrugs it off and keeps walking. He gets further and further down this marketway until it's almost a dead end, and the last kiosk is someone selling body parts. One of them holds up a severed arm and is like, "Hey man, you look like you could use an arm." The map tells him to turn down this alleyway to his right. He turns down this alleyway. It's empty except for some trash. Goes until he hits a dead end. But just before that dead end, there's a little door, what seems to be a small marble statue standing next to it. The map leads him to this door. "Hey, Abzael,
Yes.
there's a small door and a statue. What do you want to do?"
Abzael's gonna, I guess, knock on the door?
Yes. Abzael knocks on the door, and the door opens. And down the door seems to be a marble staircase, and each stair seems to be lit from underneath. Walls seem to be completely black, like blacker than black.
Like jet black?
A void.
Can I touch the wall?
Yeah, you reach out to touch the wall.
Is there anything there?
There's nothing there.
All right, I keep walking down the stairs then.
You walk down this weird void of a staircase. It goes for a good fucking 3 minutes. You're just walking down this staircase and eventually come to another marble door with a handle this time.
No statue?
No statue.
Open the door.
The door opens to a hexagonal-shaped room. On each side, there seems to be a room enclosed in cloudy glass. You can't see directly into all these rooms. You can only see silhouettes of these things. All of these rooms are closed except one.
What's in that one?
You tell me.
What do I see?
Are you walking in?
Sure, I'll walk in.
You walk into this room.
Did I fall into a trap?
No.
Okay, good.
Inside this room is a hexagon, inside this room is a trapezoid-shaped table. On one end,
What's with all these different shapes?
welcome to geometry. On one end is a yellow-skinned person. They seem to be so skinny you can see their skeleton through their skin. They greet you with a bright smile, and as they smile, you can see 2 fangs where their canines should be if they're a humanoid. It's kind of like a vampire. And in the middle of this table is a white ceramic bowl. They greet you with, "Oh yes, hello, you must be Abzael, yes?
You're the guy who can give me the information I need?
You can call me Bravo. Johnny, but no.
No, please.
You can call me Bravo. Please come in and close the door and have a seat."
I'd rather keep it open.
Well, if that's what you're into, please have a seat.
I sit down.
You sit down. Now, before we can start, I would like my payment up front, please. He slides that white ceramic bowl to you.
How much do I owe?
He slides that white ceramic bowl to you, as well as a ornamental dagger in your direction.
Oh, he wants blood?
Oh, he wants a mouthful of blood. Fill the bowl, bitch.
Ooh. Where am I going to cut?
I can suggest this, not the metal hand.
Deb's got the middle end? Oh, fuck. Wait, sorry.
Hope you like oil, bitch.
Yeah. I guess. So how big is this bowl?
It's about like a solid 20 ounces. Is that a lot of blood?
That's a lot of blood, Kane.
Get to cutting. Hey, I'm sorry, you want answers, right?
All right. I cut open my forearm and start pouring it into the.
He kind of puts his hand to his cheek, and he just kind of leans in like a child looking at a cotton candy being made.
I guess I fill the bowl up.
Yep.
Somehow stop the.
You have healing powers, right?
No.
You shouldn't have caught down the street. That's fine. I'm sure that's fine. I don't think you would slit. Oh God, how do you call it? Slice your arm open?
Oh yeah, no,
and bleed out. You just did
no.
a good cut down the hand.
Yeah.
So you fill this bowl up, and when you're done, you kind of wrap it off with some cloth you have, and you push the bowl back to them. It's like, thank you. They take it, and they just fucking gulp it down like a child that just finished some Lucky Charms.
So they are a vampire.
I mean, what is a vampire, you know?
Are they still skeletal, or are they more like?
No, fairy skeleton. It's a vampire.
I don't know if maybe blood made them more lifelike.
Gotta say, it's been a while since I've had Dragonite blood. He slides the bowl over. So, what can I help you with?
I need to know where that planet is located.
What planet?
Did we ever get a name for the people?
No. All you know is something about the eternal dragon. The fact that these people worshipped it?
Yeah.
Question mark? And they left a while ago. So if you just like to relay that information to this man.
And there's like a gap in the time where
There's a big old 2,000 year gap.
Yeah. It's a planet where people who used to worship the ethereal dragon moved to from their other planet.
Oh yes. Ooh, that was so long ago.
Yes.
I was only like 4,000 back then. Man, time flies. If I remember correctly, they moved to about 3 light years away from where they were, to a planet, and tried to establish a more public-friendly establishment to bring in outside support. They were very weird. Yes, I believe the planet was called Thripamy.
Thripamy?
Thripamy, yes.
Sweet name.
Thank you. Yes, I believe it's called Thripamy. I'm so surprised how you don't know that. You are a Dragonite, after all, and I'd figure you would know your history.
Well, my family, I only found out about this a couple weeks ago.
Found out about what?
Being Dragonite.
You telling me you lived your entire life not knowing what you were?
I was told I was a tiefling.
Okay. God, you're gullible. So.
I was told by my parents
Hey, man.
what I was.
Okay, if that's what you, if that's what you are, then that's what you are, I suppose. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Do you have any more information on the ethereal dragon?
Oh boy, do I. Well, where shall I start? How about the beginning?
Sure.
So in the beginning, before there was, well, any of us, before even I was born, before you were born, before most of the stars you see today were born, there were 3 entities. 1 most people call God. 2 was the ethereal dragon, and the 3rd was, well, I don't really remember. No one really does. It's kind of lost to memory. To history.
Was it Nero?
No, God, no. It's a fucking child playing on a playground. No one really remembers what it was or what it did, but we just knew it was there and then it wasn't. Anyway, these entities created the visible universe we live in today. I believe God, as most call it, created all the physical things, while the ethereal dragon, well, I think he's responsible for the ethereal plane and all the other dimensions we have. When the universe was started, they created what they created. God kind of fell to the backside of things and just observed, while the eternal dragon was the one that was shepherding individuals and souls from one plane to the other, until one day a society, the one you're looking for, exactly, captured it, and held it, and used it for great power. They had pure intentions at first, I'm sure, but as great people do, they tend to do terrible things. Anyway, they moved from their planet, and then this little boy Nero came down and took it. That's as much as I know right now. As far as I'm concerned, you'll all be dead by the time I'm waking up tomorrow.
I guess I get up and head out.
Farewell.
Hey everyone, this is Ryan here talking about none other than Audible.com. Audible.com is a leading provider of audiobooks with their biggest selection of audiobooks ever. Anywhere you can find on the internet, you can find audiobooks here on Audible.com. What's nice about Audible.com is that you can listen to audiobooks literally anywhere, anytime. The problem with books is that you need to have a physical thing and you need to have time to read it. You can't just, you have to have that book. You lose that book, it's a thing. Does it happen often? Probably not. But with Audible.com, you always have your phone on you. You always have a computer. We're in the 2018 age where people constantly have the internet. With the internet, you can get Audible.com and listen to where you left off in that book. You don't have to lose a bookmark. You don't have to do those ear flaps to remember where you are. Audible remembers for you so you can pick up a book where you left off. One thing I wanted to highlight is a thing called Audible Theater. Audible has a great selection of books and audiobooks galore, but they also have a thing called Audible Theater, which includes one person plays done by various different people. You got Carey Mulligan. You've got John Lithgow doing a one-man play. So not only does Audible supply you audiobooks of a great variety, they also provide theater, plays to do that, to expand your mind even more. And how you can listen to those audiobooks, how you can listen to Audible Theater is by using the promo code audibletrial.com/prettywizard. With that code, you can get a free 30-day trial, including a free audiobook download of your choice. Does that include Audible Theater? Yes, it does. So go ahead and use that code audibletrial.com/prettywizard today, where you get 30 days of membership for free, plus a book to get you started. Audible.com is ad-free, no interruptions. You get this amazing library, and if you don't love a book, you can just exchange it with them. Swap it for free anytime. If you're like, oh, I just bought this book, it's 12 million hours, and I'm in the first 30 minutes, I'm not really into it. That's fine. You can swap it out for them. So with audibletrial.com/prettywizard, you get that 30 days of membership for free and a free book. But after that 30 days, you can easily, you continue getting free books. That's 1 credit a month after the trial. Good for any other book. You can get a free audiobook every single month from now until the internet explodes. When is that going to happen? I can't promise you that. Don't put me down for exploding at any time soon. I don't want to be apocalyptic here. What I want to do is sell you on the idea of using audibletrial.com/prettywizard today, getting a free 30-day membership to audible.com, including a credit for a free audiobook download. Once again, that is audibletrial.com/prettywizard. Go there today. Listen to a book. Well, let's get back to the show.
We open on a weird-looking ship, kind of like a four-sided die as the front cockpit, and then the 2 spinning thrusters behind. We open on Abzael. He's currently in transit to, well, this planet that this weird vampire person named Bravo told him about. This is the second planet that the people from that weird dragon and unicorn planet ended up moving to. And it turns out Abzael's not a tiefling. He's a dragonite.
Which is a Pokemon, by the way.
Is it really?
Yes, it is. It's like, oh fuck yeah, that's a.
You're a Pokemon.
I'm a Pokemans.
Look at my little Charizard legs. Okay. He's in transit for a couple of weeks. The planet is far from any other system or travel rift. It takes him a while to get there, and when he does finally get there, he's kind of taken back. He was expecting some form of life, but just like the planet before, it's dead. Everything seems to be gray or black. As he gets to this planet, he realizes it's pretty desolate. He breaks the atmosphere and lands in what he assumes to be a city. As he steps off his ship, he realizes that all the grass is dead. There really is no plant life. And the structure he landed in front of seems to be, at one point, was golden arches, but is now tarnished green. And it simply reads...
McDonald's? Does it say McDonald's?
McDonald's, the home of the Eternal Dragon Burger.
He said golden arches.
The arches read, Land of the Dragon. As he walks under the arches, he immediately notices there seems to be a booth with a sign that says Ticket Booth and a turnstile. What do you do?
I'm going to go look inside of the booth.
You look inside the booth, and The booth has 4 glass windows on either side. All windows seem to be fogged over, or rather tarnished over, just over from sitting there for, you can only assume, be 2,000 years. They've become very dirty, and you can't really see within. If you backlight it, you could probably see what looks like some humanoid figure, but it's still.
I'm gonna punch and break the glass with my metal hand.
Good call. I'd say to roll, but you really don't have to. As you punch,
It said it's pretty old, so
yeah. As you punch through the glass, and the glass shatters around, you immediately notice seems to be a robot with dragon horns.
a ribbit.
A robot. Only his top half is actual any form of humanoid. The rest seems to be a complete mechanical shaft.
Yeah.
As you break the glass, it greets you with, "Hello, visitors, and welcome to Dragonland. How many tickets?"
I ignore it and walk through the turnstile.
As you try to walk the turnstile, it stops you.
I jump over the turnstile.
Thank you, and have a lovely time at Dragonland. And he goes quiet. As you jump over the turnstiles, you can now get a better look of what looks to be a small kiosk that has tape decks and headphones next to him, and another like worn out sign that you can see that says "Take the tour," and then another word that's completely gone from the sign.
I'm assuming you press this virtual tour. Well, not virtual, like
An audiobook tour, maybe.
or audio tour. All right, I pick one up and put them on.
Pick one and put them on. And the tape plays. Hello, paying customer, and welcome to Dragonland, the world of majesty. What even is majesty? The world of wonder and magic. If you'd like to visit our first attraction, please follow the green line on the floor to it.
Can I see the green line?
There's a faded green line.
I
that
follow the
leads
green
to
line.
it. You walk through a green line that kind of goes past what looks, you can only assume to be a very old food court. Any food that was there is long gone. And as you get to the first attraction. As you get to the first ride, it looks to be like a small dragon cart that you can sit inside the dragon, and it will take you down a track through what looks like a dark tunnel.
Can I make an investigation check on it?
Sure.
To like check like the
Yeah.
mechanics of it.
Yeah.
A 9.
9, yeah. You notice there's a little button inside that when you press it, it starts going without you. It starts going down the track without you. It's not super fast. You can probably catch up to it.
I run up and catch up to it.
All right, cool. You hop in?
Yeah.
You go through this dark tunnel, and it's pretty dark for a bit, and then blinding lights turn on, rather flicker on, and then one burns out almost immediately. It backlights what seems to be the same insignia that's on your medallion.
Yeah.
Naturally. It all comes back to the medallion. It's all back to the medallion. So, paying customer, welcome to Dragonland. First, we shall start with a brief history of Dragonland. We here at the Order of the Dragon worship and praise the great eternal dragon. The cart continues down the track further and further, and it gets to what looks like a stage, and the lights turn on, and it looks like a really shitty mechanical dragon flapping its wings, and it's moving very jankily towards what looks like a solid black sphere. The Great Eternal Dragon is the creator of dimensions. It was the first one to create the plane we live today. And then the dragon hits the black sphere, and the sphere pops open, and out rolls a bunch of different little planets.
It's a pretty shitty ride.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty shitty.
It's a really shitty, janky ride, but, it's been here for 2,000 years.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, it lets go of these planets. The cart moves down a little further and further to another scene. Not only did the dragon create the first dimensions, even the dimension we live in today, he was also the first harbinger of souls. He helped ferry one soul from one plane to the next. The second scene stops, and then you can see that same shitty dragon kind of fly down to like a white figurine. Its claws kind of close in to grab the figurine. It lifts it up, but as soon as it gets to the top, it drops. the figurine drops, and the dragon keeps flying to like a separate, like a little bin that says different dimension, and the claws open and drops nothing into the bin.
It's real sad.
It's real bad.
We here at the Order of the Dragon helped establish the first temple of the dragon. We help praise and worship the great dragon, feeding it souls so it can continue living.
And the ride comes down to another scene where kind of the same scene you saw back on the Dragon and Unicorn planet, where it's some robed figurines stabbing what looks like a dragon horn into a clear membrane of a dragon scale. They pull it out, and the lights go out, and the ride comes through a tunnel, and it gets brighter, and then now you're back outside where you started. It's like.
Thank you, and that was the history of the Order of the Dragon. If you would like to follow the red line to the next attraction, we can continue with the tour.
Yep. Follow the red line.
So you follow the red line to what looks like a Ferris wheel that's fallen over.
Solid.
You get to the Ferris wheel, the tape's like,
If you would like to hop in one of the Ferris wheel carts, we can take you to the top and give you a great overviewing look of the Dragon Land.
Well, obviously I can't do that. So
is there fast forward on the button?
yeah.
You follow the yellow line to the next attraction.
You follow the yellow line to this next attraction, and it looks like a kind of similar to the same planet you went before. There is a large launch pad. And some like scaffolding to hold up what should be a rocket ship, but instead of there being a ship, there's just a very black soot stain on the ground.
Here you can see our space traveling device. We plan to take this and travel to other planets, spreading the great word of the dragon. We hope to enlighten all that exist in the systems surrounding this dimension. We hope to bring the great word of the eternal dragon and save all that worship it. Thank you, and that has been the tour of Dragonland.
Oh fuck.
Sounds all scavenger hunt.
So can I like look? I'm gonna like look around the place. Like what is that?
Okay. Now you gotta find it. Check it out. And all these like little kiosks and little like mini games that are probably scattered throughout the entire place. There seems to be some form of mechanical robot in front of them, kind of running on them. And every once in a while, you can hear a thump, like something running into like a metal sheet, like.
I'm gonna go try and like find where that is.
You follow the thumping into what seems to be an alleyway behind a food court and the toilets.
Nice.
And what looks like a robot with no legs, only a single pole that goes down to 3 wheels.
Yeah.
Colored in like a very tarnished blue, wearing what you could only assume to be a police outfit, with a baton, beating what looks like a dust.
Like nothing, basically.
Well, like a pile of dust. And as you can take a closer look, that dust turns into a skeleton. He's beating a dead body.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Like a real dead body.
Okay. I go up to it.
Okay. You go up to the robot. What do you do? You tap on its shoulder. Say, yeah, what up?
I say,
G?
Hey, sir. Trying to find out where everyone who was on this planet went.
And spins around its entire torso, not moving the wheels, and stares at you. And just kind of sparks from the neck a little bit, just staring at you.
Are you okay?
All right. Theft. You were trying to steal one of the game prizes.
I take out my staff. Mm-hmm. The one, the draconic one, the one that's super,
the only one you have, I'm assuming, yeah.
The only one I have. And I'm gonna cast a chromatic orb at it.
Okay. Chromatic orb.
But at level 4.
Level 4. Okay.
So
I guess roll
46,
46,
56, 66.
66.
68 actually. So
68. Roll a hit, I guess. cool. What's a 16 plus? What's your spell attack modifier?
7.
It's only like a 20, 24. No, what's that number? That's a 20. You know the number. It's a lot. That hits. Yeah, for sure. You let go of this chromatic orb. And
Am I rolling for damage or no?
you don't have to.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
And what element type were you trying to shoot at it?
I'm gonna say fire.
Fire?
Because that's like I extra bonus.
Yeah,
for that also.
you've shot chromatic orb before. Have you ever shot at this high of a level?
Oh hell no.
No, okay. But you'd expect it to be no bigger than probably like a volleyball, right?
Yeah.
When you let it go, it's probably the size of
The alley.
like a large beanbag. You know what beanbags look like.
Yeah.
Imagine a really big one.
Like a beanbag chair.
Like a beanbag chair, yeah.
Okay, because beanbags are
Oh,
also.
sorry. Yeah. My ear was like, beanbag chair, same thing. Yeah, a very large beanbag chair, effectively, but of just a solid ball of fire.
So what are those giant beach balls?
Yeah, very big. Probably 6 feet in diameter.
Sweet.
Casting a fireball. And you
Personal fireball.
and you let it go, and it just it passes through him, and then about probably another 2 miles past him, and he's turned from like his weird tarnished robot blue to a complete like soot black.
Yeah.
And he just stands there for a bit, and then you feel a strong breeze kind of go by, and he just ashes away. You've killed this robot.
Okay, I'm gonna keep looking around for clues to where they went because obviously they left in that spaceship.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you roll investigation.
Yeah.
It's an 18.
Yeah. +1, 19.
19. Yeah. The thing's rolling fire. You near that rocket ship where you initially were, you can see there's a little box that says "Take one." And you reach your hand and you pull out a pamphlet. And through the pamphlets, a bunch of Margot jargo about how like, oh, we're doing the good fight, we're saving the good people, and
the
then
Dragonite people just Mormons.
And then that'd be weird. And then on the back page, it says, "Join us to our travels to Flickdowels."
Flickdowels.
Flickdowels.
Okay, I like it. I'm gonna head back to my ship then.
Yeah.
And start a course towards Flickdowels.
So, Leaf. Okay, where are you going? First things first, where are you going?
First things first, where are we going?
Where you Up the mountain or through the woods?
Up the
To grandmother's
mountain or
house we're
through
going,
the
but-
woods.
Grandpa or some dude named Ass Dog? What's his name?
Ash dog. Ash dog,
Ash Dog is what it
I
is.
believe. I think the dying is the more pressing matter.
So Ash Dog. Ash Dog it is. I didn't mean to say Ass Dog. So Ash Dog it is?
Yeah, what do you think? What be better for like story wise?
We're going to hit both of them.
That's true. Let's go for
Ash Dog?
Ash dog.
Ass Dog it is. We open on Leaf walking through the woods. He's going pretty slow, like he's looking for something. He's currently in the woods of Ash Dog. It's a section of the woods dedicated to this great hero that helped, well, I guess, bring his people together and keep them alive during what is called the White Winter. And I guess this is a good chance to talk about Earth, because it's kind of the first time we really have. We stated before that it's the year 4000, right? And it's not too far off from our reality if we've got Amazon and Craigslist and Sharpies and other weird shit from our time. So it's, I think, fair to say this is the distant future. But it's at a distant future where we stopped using most technology and switched over to fucking swords and crossbows and magic. But back to Leaf in the woods. As he's walking through the woods of Ash Dog? What's it called? Ass Dog.
Yeah, something
weird like that.
Dog.
Ash. Yeah, his name is Ash Dog, and he has his own woods called Ash Dog Woods. As he's walking through these woods, you find this statue kind of face first in the ground, and the only thing you can really see is its legs. It's tarnished green, so it's probably bronze, or it was bronze to begin with. So it's very weathered, and all you can see is its feet, and a weird smell hits you.
What's? Can I identify the smell?
Would you like to roll a perception or nature?
Is that it's like a hint, kind of. I actually got to get my sheet out real quick.
Now, should I make the rule now? It only counts if it's at the dice tower.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is that fine with you?
Yeah, we can use the dice tower.
Yeah. Okay. Here comes a 1.
Is that a? Right.
It's usually how it works.
Well, I got a 4
a
plus. Are we doing perception?
Or nature, whichever one's higher.
That'd be perception.
Perception? Use
Plus
perception.
9.
9? Holy fuck.
So that's 13.
13. Yeah. That smell clearly smells like wolf piss.
Huh.
As you investigate the statue further, there seems to be a pretty fresh stain of wolf urine on this statue's leg.
Interesting. He's marking his territory, presumably.
Yeah, probably. The bronze statue, you can't. There's a small plate, but it's so worn from time that it's undistinguishable to see what it says. I'm noticing you looking at your spell list. I've never seen you look at your spell list.
Yes, you have.
When?
I mean, I do it all the time. You must just not be looking.
No, we're usually on the set room from each other.
Yeah, nothing says like read a rusty sign.
Oh, you don't have this. You don't have read rusty sign spell?
No. I think that was like next to mending. I didn't take it. Anyway,
I get you. It's role play only.
All right.
Would you like to roll an investigation, perhaps, to see where this wolf urine
Yeah, I was about to say,
came from, or goes? Track that. Hey, do something you probably should be able to do, and that's track an animal.
Yeah. What am I rolling for this?
Investigation. Or nature.
Okay.
Right? That's all you for
It's
either
a little
one.
better. Yeah.
Oh, it's a 2.
Yeah.
I've noticed Ryan's rolling really high in this one, and you're rolling really shitty in this one, and
Where's-
I'm not rolling in this one.
Where's the old dice tower, kid?
Where's the old one
happened?
that rolls 20s and 1s
What
only?
happened? Yeah.
I
Is
got.
there a tragic accident?
No, it's totally fine. I just can't roll d4s like in stuck.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Good times. I got a 6, by the way.
6 of okay
Total, yeah.
You can see there's some wolf droppings over there, or is that chocolate? There's only one way to find out, in my opinion.
Smell it, right?
I was gonna say eat it.
Well, I mean, in real life, that'd be the only way for me to tell. Anyway,
Yeah, it goes about 5 feet, and there's some wolf poop.
some wolf poop.
Yeah.
This,
Now what?
can I investigate the wolf?
Yeah,
poop?
investigate the wolf poop.
Wow, that's convenient. All right, let's go far. Anyway, 21?
21. Holy shit, it's bear poop. Hey, but there's some wolf tracks to the right of it.
Fuck. Where are the tracks going?
The tracks are leading north. Yeah, Jalarpy's like, hey. Oh, no, that's his name. Not his voice. Hey. Kermit the Frog here. Like, hey, Leaf, I found a walking stick. And he goes to grab a stick that's kind of leaning against a tree, and his hand just goes right through it, and he's like, it's over here.
Perfect. Walk over here and grab it.
Cool. So what happens when you find this ass dog?
Honestly, I do not know.
Because, buddy, I can tell you right now, you feel like you're gonna die. Have you ever, been in the room with an old person that's dying?
Yes.
It's just like that, but
That's-
I'm touching the face. I just smack some dice everywhere, and this, weird accent's still coming through.
Yeah, it works.
So,
I guess.
I guess you better hurry, right? Also, what's this about, this dude, Seed?
Yeah, I think, we might be parting ways soon.
Let's fucking hope so, because, god damn it, can I say, it's really annoying not being able to touch things.
I mean, you're not gonna, miss me at all, or...
Why would I miss you? Leaf, hey, Leaf, I appreciate that you killed me and everything, and whatnot, and, you saved me from that fucking squid dude, but, you're,
What?
ooh, how do I say this? like awful at just washing your balls. I can't tell you how many times you've been in the shower, which, can I say, not enough in my opinion, and you ignore the balls.
I mean, you could have spoke up sooner. Like,
I'm sorry, Leaf. You want me mid-shower and to be like, hey, it's Jalopy. I'm 5 inches away from your dick and balls. You gotta wash them down here.
I mean, if
I
you're
feel like we're wasting time talking about your balls.
back to the story.
Yeah, so this wolf tracks lead north.
Yeah, I mean, I just
You just follow them,
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. As you're following them, it's the sun's starting to go down,
Okay.
which might be a good thing or a bad thing. You cool with wolf attacking you at night while you sleep?
If it's the one I'm looking for.
That's a good point. Yeah, so the sun starts to go down as you're walking, and then like you're still like following these tracks for a good 3 hours after it gets dark, and you notice it's a full moon out tonight.
Oh, weird.
And then and these tracks kind of lead into a crevasse
Okay.
with sheer rock walls on either side of you, probably 30 feet tall, and there's probably only enough space for like 10 feet in there from wall to wall, so it's pretty small.
Pretty like skinny.
Very skinny. You can fit through, and the wolf tracks go that way.
Okay. Yeah. I go down into the crevasse and keep tracking.
Following? Yeah. As you walk through the crevasse, it gets narrow, and you kind of have to go from side to side, kind of inching your way
It's got
through.
real tight, huh?
Yeah, but the wolf tracks still go this way, it looks like. And then as soon as you get to the edge of this this thin part, it opens up drastically to a sheer drop off down a larger plain of forests and whatnot. And at the edge of this crevasse, or at the edge of this sheer drop off, is a jagged rock that kind of shoots straight up. And on that rock, it looks like a wolf. And just as you exit through the skinny part, you can see it look up in the sky and start howling.
I think I kind of like just watch for a second. I think it's like he's just like stunned by the sight a little bit. But then he just slowly takes a few steps.
You take a couple steps and then you step on like a branch and it just snaps. And the wolf stops from like mid-howl, like whips its head towards you.
I just I kind of am frozen,
And the wolf takes a couple steps towards you, sniffing the air around you, and it starts circling around you.
Ash dog.
Are you like following it with your eyes, or like when it gets behind you, you just kind of like let it circle back around?
I'm not like my body isn't rotating. I'm kind of just moving my head.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a blind spot.
Oh yeah, it can see your blind spot and stops, and you hear some scraping on the ground. And then out walks from the side of your vision is not a fully wooden elf person, but rather its bottom legs are kind of that of a wolf, and its torso has some sweet ripped abs, but its still back is covered in hair, and its long arms are that of a wolf claws, and its snout's that of a wolf, kind of like a weird werewolf.
With just chiseled abs.
With some fucking chiseled Twilight abs.
All right. Do they have abs in Twilight? I haven't actually.
I've never watched it actually. No, either.
Let's assume anyway.
I was thinking like a liking from that movie. Like what's it called? Underworld. That's the one.
Liking.
Liking. Yeah.
Liking werewolves. Anyway.
Yeah. And it kind of walks in front of you and makes like dead eye contact straight in front of you, and with a booming voice it just says, "You rang?"
I think I'm making eye contact with it as well. And I slowly I put my hands like by my neck.
As you like raise your hands up to the necklace, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
It like in a flash whips over to your necklace and holds it in his hand like, "Oh, I haven't seen this in a very long time. Did you take this off the pedestal?"
Yes.
What an idiot. And he flicks it in your face.
Just like hit me in the face.
Oh, yeah.
Alright.
He kind of like steps away and continues to circle around you. He's like, "Last time I saw that, I was bleeding from the inside."
I think there's something similar. happening.
You look like a big old bag of potatoes.
Okay. Second person to say that.
Well, it's very accurate. So what do you want, cursed child?
To go back to being child rather than cursed, perhaps.
It's a good one. You don't really want that. And it's like, he kind of like stops behind your back and like with his fingers kind of like walks his hand up your back.
Oh, that's terrifying.
And you just feel like wolf claws up there.
I think I probably shiver a little bit.
Yeah. He like reaches like next to your. Like I said, you don't really want to go back to being just a little wood elf, would you? Could you imagine the power you have now? It only gets greater.
I need the power. But I need it for longer.
Oh, that's not how this works, is it? You smell like a,
Bag of potatoes.
He gets closer and closer, starts sniffing around you. You smell like cooked meat. How about this one, little wood elf? And he kind of pokes your nose with his nail. If you can beat me in a race, I'll help you out.
A race.
Yes.
Or, hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
You could just help me.
That wouldn't be any fun. And he like smacks you on the shoulder, but like way too hard. You
Yeah.
kind of get like jolted back a little
I'm
bit.
getting that vibe. Alright.
How about this? Sun up tomorrow, starting from here. The first one to the village nearest to us wins. Kind of starts walking backwards towards that that rock he was like standing on before in wolf form, and gets to the ledge of it.
Yeah, I think I get the sense he's gonna jump off or something, so I gotta walk up.
So, little wood elf, here at dawn we shall race.
I'll be here.
Radio. And he kind of walks off the back and like falls Chris Angel style. Does Chris Angel fall like that? How does Chris Angel fall?
Yeah,
Who
sounds
cares
right.
about Chris Angel? He's irrelevant. Who knows? He falls, arms spread, and he kind of just like disappears behind like the sheer rock cliff, and then goes quiet.
I think I would have
Walked up.
walked up to see.
As you peer over, as you peer over, a gray streak kind of shoots up past your face, and you see what looks like a gray dragon flying away.